favorite spots downtown. Bye bye City Latte. How's everyone doing? The purpose of this live stream is to let everybody know that we will not be live tonight. We have no power, no internet service at the house. So we had to make our way downtown here to Bye Bye City in order to grab a signal, a data signal, in order to get the word out that we will not be live tonight. Josephine, Francisco, welcome in, welcome in. You're first, Yahoo. You win the trophy, or some Copico Black, which I'm enjoying right now. Mike married, how are you? Yeah, we got slammed pretty good by that typhoon. We were in Cebu City when that happened, and luckily we were tucked away in a nice hotel in an area by Ayala Center, right there across the street from the mall. And so we didn't have any damage there. There was no flooding. There were a lot of fallen trees, of course, due to the wind. But this typhoon, it could have been 10 times worse than it was. We lost a lot of trees, even at the house. It took us a while. We got stranded there. Tox, beautiful goddaughter, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. You're live with Dan and Minnie's Journey. Minnie is over there seeing the doctor at the clinic. I'm relaxing, having a cup of coffee while she's in there getting poked and prodded by the doctor. She should be over pretty soon. I'm not sure she'll be here for the live stream. But tonight we have to cancel the live stream. We've got no power, no internet at the house. That is a factoid. We're out of stock. We're out of stock of power. I wish it weren't so. It's been a long time since we missed a live stream. Good morning, Yenireen, Anna May. Larry Lee is here. Larry Lee live. Talks beautiful goddaughter is in the house. And also, I guess you guys have one coming to the north. I guess there's a super typhoon. They're looking at it maybe landing somewhere around Isabela and making its way over to Taiwan. I don't know if it's going to make it over to Pangasinan or not. It is heading north to the east coast of the Philippines. Pinky gray, you better be battening down everything that can move and fly away. Pinky gray, that's your territory. Also, Crystal's adventures in Pangasinan. She's in the north. You guys better be prepared. I hear that there's a run at the market. Food and rice is just flying off the shelves. Mom Shidang, good morning. Hanifa, hello, how are you? We're coming to you live from Bye Bye City in the Philippines. I'm on data. I've got no internet, no data signal at the house. We're dead as a doornail. I don't know what happened. We had internet a couple of days ago, and then all of a sudden it just stopped running. We've been running the generator when we needed to, but it's only for me so I could do live streams and watch television. You know how I am. I'm a news hound, and so basically we're out of business. I'm doing fine, Hanifa. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. So that's what the story is. I don't know what else to say. Well, there'll be a delay on the live stream until we're powered up again, until the internet comes back online. I hope that we paid the internet bill. It could be that we didn't pay the bill because the signal was fine the day before, and yesterday the signal was fine. So by the way, we were able to get the first ocean jet ferry out of Cebu. But the people, they were getting a little testy, and the reason why is because they were waiting for Coast Guard approval to open up the port, and they would not let anybody in. And so we were scheduled for a 6 a.m. ocean jet from Cebu to Bye Bye City, and it just didn't work out. It didn't leave until like 9. They just delayed it, until 9:30 when they can combine the 6 a.m. and the 9:30 ferry or fast ferry all at once. And it was a nice smooth ride heading back to Cebu once we were on that ferry. Okay, thanks for being in the background there, Larry. We appreciate the head count for sure. Mildred is here. So some of our friends got hit hard and they need supplies. But it's easier just to send a few pesos their way. If you have an extra 50 pesos, send it their way. Help them out. We'll be doing that a little later when I consult with the boss to see what the budget looks like. So we'll be delaying the giveaway. We'll announce it when it happens. It's going to probably be sometime midweek. The power's been down for 3 or 4 or 5 days already, and then the internet just tanked. I could have kept us alive with that. The generator's been running like a kitten. The new one, the Ingo generator. That's a beautiful machine. 3,800 watts of power. Quiet it's so quiet you can hardly hear it. I'm grateful. And then they've been using the other generator at the construction site in order to run power tools over there. So everything is working out fine that way. We had, of course, a 3-day delay on the construction of the house for obvious reasons. The guys are worried about their own families, and they had some issues with their house. So what did Mildred just say? Can you shout out my friend Mike Oxmal? Shout out. Nobody. Shout out to Nobody and his friend Mike Oxmal. Okay, I could shout him out. Let's see, I think I just did. All right. So now you're also blue. So what happened, Mike? I missed it. I missed that. What happened? I missed that. What happened, Sir Mike? Who passed away? Who did you lose? Mike, who did you lose? God repairs is in the house, and God knows I need repairing. Lots of it. Janet, thanks for sharing it out. I appreciate it. 11 million people in the house for as long as I have data. I don't even know how much data I've got to work with. Once again, Friday evening, live stream giveaway, Gcash giveaway has been canceled at the most inappropriate time. Oh, God bless her soul, Mike, 100 years old, auntie in the Philippines. So sorry. Condolences, my friend. 100 years. I hope I can make it even close. I'm shooting for 80. I hope I can make it to 80. There's a lot of life to live, I'm telling you. There are a lot of places to still see that are on the bucket list. So, yeah, so I saw a couple of messages from a few people asking for money and supplies or money to buy supplies. Be generous, even if you've only got 25 or 50 pesos in your wallet, send it off to the people needing help. It devastated some of the areas of Cebu, Mandaue, Consolacion, a few other areas. We were lucky where we were. We were across from Ayala Center Mall, and at the Hotel Elizabeth, we were safe. We hunkered down for 4 or 5 days there. It was a little expensive, I don't mind telling you. I didn't feel comfortable moving around. I felt like, oh, we're in for the long haul. And we stayed there, and we utilized their internet. We utilized their huge generator, which kept everything going 8 and 12 hours at a time. We're very grateful. They handled everything beautifully at the Hotel Elizabeth, and no wonder that is a 4-star hotel. And by the way, we were looking around for Tropical Martini, that new guy on YouTube that made a huge splash, and then I come to find out that he decided to I decided that he decided to shut his channel down. Who's Bladen here? What's going on with Bladen? Let's see, Bladen, we'll just go ahead and take you out of play until I can figure out what's going on with you. Dan, don't read Nobody. He is being rude. Okay, so let's see. Nobody. Take them out, moderators. Take them out. Take out everybody who's being rude. Moderate for me. Thanks, I appreciate it. Take care, Tox. Tox. I love your eating videos, especially the pizza one. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's just go ahead. Oh, Blaine was okay, but the other one was out of line, right? So, okay. I don't know who Bladen is either, though. So, let's take out a few people here. I appreciate it. So, Tox, do a pizza video for me. Do another one. Do a Shakey's pizza video for me. That would be cool. Shakey's Pizza, born in Sacramento, California. They didn't call him Shaky Johnson for nothing. He was in the Pacific Theater in the Philippines. I think it's the #1 or the #2 pizza chain in all of the Philippines. Let's see, what is it? Can't remove. You have him blue, can't remove. Oh, okay, well maybe he'll behave himself. Maybe he'll behave himself, Mike. But if not, I'll take away the blue jacket and we'll do away with him. All right, so everybody, that's why I wanted to let you know. I want to let you know that there will be no live stream tonight. It's Friday night at 6 p.m. in the Philippines, but we will schedule it as soon as the power and the internet come back up. They're having a tough time of it, re-energizing that line that that goes from let's see. Let me take care of this for a second. Give me a break here. Okay. Okay, so anyway, where was I? I just woke up. I'm just sitting here enjoying my coffee, waiting for Man Minnie. Grace Ela in the house. So you guys go ahead and moderate. Yeah, another typhoon is coming to Isabella. They think it's going to be landfall, and they've been pretty good at the predictions. I'm pretty amazed. They've been Lorraine Pottis is here. They've been very, very good at the predictions of where they're going to land and the timing of them. I was amazed. Of course, Bye Bye City got it this time, and we've been lucky in prior typhoons. They've been going around us. They've been going to the south or to the north. And this one that's coming is to the north. And so, you know, I pray for those people, but hopefully it'll miss Isabella in that northern tip of the Philippines. Of course, I hate for any country to have to take the blunt of that typhoon, including Taiwan, our allies. We definitely wish them and pray for their safety. Definitely, no question about it. 15 million people in the house. We're having Copico. Copico Black, my favorite. I'm enjoying my coffee here at a coffee shop here in a restaurant right here up the street from the clinic. Man, Minnie is getting her checkup. She's been sick, as many of you saw in the video. She didn't look good, and she's been getting worse, not better. And so we need to get her checked out, make sure she hasn't developed pneumonia or anything like that. Yes, my Godfather, Minnie's Journey, beautiful. Thank you so much, Tox, for your support. You guys, if you haven't seen Tox's videos, I love the eating videos. I just do. When she goes to Jollibee and has pizza at Greenwich and Aunt Mang in Asal, but Jollibee, those are my favorite. Especially when she eats the chicken joy and the spaghetti. If you haven't already subscribed to Tox channel, you need to head over there and subscribe. Simply Mamitas in the house. Thank you for hanging in there with us. So, like I said, we won't be live tonight at 6 p.m. I just wanted to get up in here. Jimmy B is here. The eating videos. We need a knock knock buffet video. We need a what do they call it? Mukbang video. We need to go to Korean barbecue. Who's gonna sponsor talks for Korean barbecue? That would be a blast, right? I think she did one, didn't she? Yeah, she does fish lips for me all the time. It's so cute. Fish lips. Jollibee is, yeah, Jollibee. I want to see you eat a chocolate sundae at Jollibee. If you don't like the Shakey's pizza, because I know you're a Greenwich girl, that's fine. Go over to Jollibee and get one of those chocolatey sundaes. We had one of those the other day. Delicious. Delicious. So it's been quite an experience. You have to have a lot of patience with what's going on in the Philippines lately. Earthquakes, followed by typhoon, followed by earthquakes, followed by a devastating typhoon that put parts of Cebu City underwater, Constelacion, and some other areas. Mandawi got hit pretty hard, and quite a few areas. Thank God we were safe and sound in Ayala. In fact, they even opened up the mall. We were even walking around in the mall, even though a lot of the stores, they didn't expect that the mall was going to open up, so they didn't show up for work. So we had the whole place to ourselves, shopping and a few others. But yeah, so if you don't know about Tropical Martini, you know, he was a guy who flashed on the scene. He was getting some great views, and then all of a sudden, he disappeared. I guess he couldn't take the trolls attacking him. You know, the trolls will be trolls. Haters gotta hate, you know, and so I think that's what we ended up with. That I think that's what that situation was. They kept attacking him, and I thought he was doing a mighty fine job. But he says in a couple of days, his channel will be history. So this happens a lot, you know, this happens a lot. There are a lot of haters on the internet. It's easy to be, what do they call that? A keyboard warrior, and sit there and throw criticisms all day long from your comfortable home in the United States of America, where it's the land of the free, home of the brave, where everybody can afford to buy a house, where there's no inflation and there's plenty of food to eat, even for the poor people. Right, okay, all right, listen. To each their own. I don't critique it. To each their own. If that's your happy spot, embrace it. Embrace it. It's up to you. You make your life the way that you want to make it. You're in control. You know, but I think that, you know, unless you have something nice to say, it's probably better that you not say it at all. And don't say it to me either, because I will get on the typewriter. I will get on the computer keyboard, and you will hear from me. You'll hear from me, you know, and I'll point out a couple of factoids about your beautiful life in the States. Oh, I could live there and survive there just fine. Man, Minnie and I have plenty of money. Not brag, just fact. You know, we could probably do both places. We could probably have a house in the United States and have a house 2 or 3 or 4 all around Southeast Asia. You know, we'll see what happens. There's still plenty of time left. You know, but we don't choose. I don't choose to give them my property tax money in the United States. Right? Oh yeah, that's right. We're not talking politics. We're talking about, yeah, we are talking politics. We're not talking about specific people who might be responsible for the way things are, which have nothing to do with the current administration, which has a bigger portion is due to the globalists. We're talking about the real people that control how the world operates, right? And so up until now, the Philippines has been slightly insulated from that. It's better to be poor. It actually is better to be poor at this point in time. As a matter of fact, somebody said something very, very interesting and very intelligent to me on one of the expat vlogs. And that was simply that they said something very, very intelligent. When you lose faith in the money, then you start putting it in things. That is a very true statement, because you do want to see what that money is doing for you, right? Because you can't see it when it's sitting in the bank. For me, it's really, really silly. It's really, really silly to keep money in the bank. And the reason is because, first of all, number one, you can't take it with you. Hence, I try and share what I have. You know, you can't take it with you. What are they going to do? Dump the worthless cash, the worthless U.S. greenbacks on top of you when they bury you? You know? So, oh yeah, I know that. I know. Yeah, that's all about oil. I don't care what they say. Yeah, drugs are a serious problem, but it's a twofer. It's ending the drug cartels, and it's taking over control of the largest oil reserves on the planet. And that is a globalist agenda thing. That's not a US agenda. That's a person being dictated to by the power elite saying, go get 'em, tiger. You know, so if you think too much about this stuff, it probably will drive you crazy. It probably will. I'm okay being a slave or enslaved. I'm okay being Dan, you know. I don't mind paying my fair share of taxes. I don't mind being impoverished and enslaved. So anyway, well, but I can't talk about any domestic issues here that are going on in the Philippines because I'm a guest in your country, and I respect that. Things that, you know, the people will take care of the issues. Filipino people will take care of those issues that are affecting Filipinos here in the Philippines. I will talk about what's happening in the states where I come from. So that's what I'm all about. I don't mind talking about those things. So it is the way that it is, you know. $250,000 to get a university education in the United States when education should be free. Why should it be free? Because it benefits the country as a whole. Anybody can see that. Anybody can understand that. You know, you have intelligent professional folks walking around, the economy takes off. You know, to charge $250,000 to go to some university and then graduate without being able to find any kind of a better job than the one I retired from is an absolute crime. Well, I don't know. It's all relative, Edgar. It's all relative. You know, do I have enough money to survive? Yeah. And it's all by accident. It's all by accident. None of it was my doing. I never sat down and said, oh, you know, I think I'll plan things out so I don't have to suffer in retirement. It was the last few years. You know, sometimes luck comes into play. Pure dumb luck. And that is what happened to me. I'm certainly not the most intelligent person in the chat. I know I'm not. I'm just an average Dan. I'm an average Joe. And so, but it's proof. It's proof that if it can happen to me, it can happen for you no matter where you are in the country. So we're living the American dream in the Philippines. What's wrong with that? The American dream, for the most part, is dead. It's dead. The people, I feel sorry for the ones that are suffering there. Oh yeah, they'll tell you, oh, I don't want for everything. As they pay the high property taxes and service their mortgage every month, on time, I hope, without fear that the bank is going to come and repossess their property, because that's the next move. That's the next move. If you read your mortgage agreements, there'll be a rude awakening. People think there's going to be a lot of forgiveness this time around when the housing market goes south, but there will not be this time. It is written, you know, the banks are coming for your house so they can sell it to the black rocks of the world, who will turn around and rent it back for you. As a matter of fact, they'll say to you, oh, we're going to take your house, but we're going to allow you to live there for $3,000 to $5,000 per month. And you'll be grateful. You'll be grateful. That's what's going on in the States. Here in the Philippines, it doesn't work this way. People pay cash for the land. They pay cash for the home that they could afford to build. It's the most beautiful system. And other countries in the world operate, as a matter of fact, most countries in the world operate this way, right? They operate this way. You're mortgage free. You're not enslaved to your house. You are not a slave to your home. You're your own person here in the Philippines. You work hard to put food on the table. You build a home as you can afford to build them, and you live a happy life, and then, that's the way it should be in the States. But no, they monetize everything. Everything. You never own your home, right, in the States. You never do. You're constantly paying property taxes that increase at 2% per year. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you own your home. It doesn't matter if you paid off your mortgage, right? We don't have that in the Philippines, and therefore they cannot become enslaved to the bank. How they become enslaved to the debtors in the Philippines is they do buy now, pay later, and that is the kiss of death. Do not do. If I'm going to give you my opinion on that, my recommendation, and it's a general one, it applies to everybody, no matter where you are in the world. Do not get sucked into buy now, pay later. I've been into some people's homes where the television set is bigger than the wall that it occupies. Can you imagine that? Dan, I thought it goes a happy wife, a happy life. Well, that's part of the equation. That is part of the equation of having a nice life. Yes, indeed. It's a really interesting thing, right? That those people with partners live longer than those people without. So that's not a warning to you, Larry. It's a suggestion. Listen, I believe in that wholeheartedly. My life started to change, 1,000% once I met Minnie. It didn't take long. That was part of the being lucky part, quite frankly. Part of the being lucky part was meeting Minnie, getting married, making the commitment, and then boom, my entire life just started to change. It's almost as though God had a plan. It's almost that way, that God had a plan for me. And so I'm telling you, you guys here in the Philippines, even though there are issues, right? Even though there are things going on, you can overcome them. You could overcome them. You could sidestep them. You could outsmart them. And the most innovative people and the smartest I've ever met live right here in the Philippines, right? And people keep telling me, right? Oh, it's a poor third world country. Yes, with a 6% economic growth rate against the United States is lying 2%, right? Lying 2%, trying to get us to swallow that BS. Okay, well, we'll see how it works out. We'll see how that works out, Larry. But I'm predicting that you're going to end up partnering up with somebody. You may not be married, but you'll end up being with somebody probably. Yeah, so there's no better place to be for economic growth right now than the Philippines. I don't care what anybody says. We made a conscious decision about this a long time ago. I was looking at the numbers and said, who would want to be involved in the fall of the Roman Empire? Who would be hanging around when the collapse occurred? Not me. No, because I only have about 10 years left on this planet if I'm lucky. And in that 10 years, there can be a lot of happiness. I don't want to have to suffer. I don't have to worry about where the money's coming from to pay the mortgage, to pay the property taxes, to pay the high food bill, all those things, right? All those things. I know it impacts the Philippines. I know, beware, I know that these things also impact the Philippines, not to the degree that it does the United States. So not when you can build a simple house on, a lot that's owned by your brother, your sister, your parents. They left that for you so that you would have a better life than they did. And so take advantage of it. Build the house on your parents' lot. Do what you have to do in order to develop that happy life. Because the happy life, is what is the Philippines. That's That's what causes people to come here. And for all the haters in the world, the ones I keep seeing in the expat community who want to criticize, well, you probably haven't had a happy day in your entire life, or maybe you have. Maybe you're the happiest when you're the most miserable. And do I feel sorry for you? No. I'm only responsible for my life and the influence that I have on the lives around me. That's all I'm responsible for. That is all that I'm responsible for. I don't have any responsibility for what's going on with you, and you certainly shouldn't feel free to chime in and tell me what a miserable life I'm having, because it simply is not true. I know, it's hard for you to understand. It's hard for you to believe. It's hard for you to believe that life can be better here than most other places, but there are other places. There are other places to live a happy life if you're an expat. There are tons of them. There's Mexico, there's Costa Rica, there are European nations, there's other countries in Asia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. They're all over the place, and they're all 10 times better than the life you have in the United States, and I'm not bashing the United States, but if you believe in what you really believe in, then go out there to New York City and hold up a sign. Get your sign, write it out, get your plane, buy your ticket, fly to New York City, and hold a sign if it bothers you so much. Hold a sign. Tell them how unhappy you are, but you won't do it because you like to sit at home and complain. That's the American way. The American way is sitting at home and complaining. But will we do anything? Will Dan do anything? Will my friends do anything? No. They just sit there typing on the keyboard. I could do more damage on social media. Yes, you most certainly could. But I tell you what's really needed for change, right? What's really needed for change is you got to get out there and hold a sign, right? You got to. Stop typing on the keyboard. Get out there and hold a sign. Tell people how unhappy. What, you're afraid that you're the only one going to be out there holding a sign? You're probably going to be the only one there. But do it anyway. Do it anyway. But most people won't. They're not going to. No, they won't. No. We're being batted around like we're a bunch of idiots over there in the United States right now. We're being slapped around like we're spank boys. We're being slapped around like we don't know. Like we're uneducated neophytes, beginners, right? I said, that's what's going on in the United States. I refuse to be a part of it. United States, what do I have to say about it now? Nice place to visit, wouldn't want to live there. Not for any long period of time anyway. But will if I have to. For example, one day the government could say, Dan, you got to come home, bruh. We're going to take away your Social Security. We're going to take away your pension. You earned it here in the United States. Doggone it, you have to spend it here. And then if that comes to pass, then to the United States we will go, purchase a home there, spend 6 months there, spend 6 months traveling around. I will make it work. I always have the plan. I got a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, a plan E, a plan F. Do something. I am doing something. All right. I talked enough about that frustration, those things that frustrate me, about what's going on in the United States. We have 2% economic growth and no inflation. That's crazy. That's crazy. Some people suffer here in the Philippines. They're not suffering the way they would if they were in the United States. Folks, don't want to go there. Don't aspire to go there unless you really believe that your life is going to be better and it actually comes to fruition. And for some, it actually happens. But if you chat with your OFW friends that are in the United States, they can't get off the hamster wheel. Some of them will admit it, some of them won't. Someone will admit to working 12 and 15 hours a day. Some will admit to having 2 jobs, and some won't. But that's what it takes in order to survive in the United States. My own kids, professionals, professionally educated, they have professional jobs, and I know for a fact they are working their ass off to keep their boat afloat. They're working every available overtime hour they could possibly get, especially since they no longer pay taxes on the overtime, which is a very good thing. That is something that's very important. No taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips. That will help. That will help. Hopefully it'll help get the economy going to where it should be, the most powerful nation in the world, which it is economically. There's no question about it. I don't deny that. All up to the point where you decide that you don't want to buy anything anymore, and then it'll come crashing down. So right now, the people that hold the wealth in the United States, the people that hold the power, are still the post-war baby boomers. They're still the boomers. They're out spending like there's no tomorrow. They have debt like the debt is never going. They're never going to have to service it, and that's okay because they probably won't. Their family probably will. Their spouse they leave behind will probably have to pay off the credit card debt. Folks, before I retired, I had 60,000 American dollars in credit card debt. 60,000 American dollars. How much is that? How many millions is that in Philippine pesos? That's $3 million. $3 million. 3 million Philippine pesos in credit card debt that I was able to wipe out within the last 2 years of retirement just because of plain dumb luck. Larry, you're all set to come to the Philippines. If you don't owe anybody money, you're good to go. Don't come over. My advice, don't come over to the Philippines if you have debt. And do not come over to the Philippines if you have no passive income. Keep it alive, keep it alive. People are making their plans, man. People are making their plans to escape the United States right now. Yeah, well, Mike, you and I both, brother. You and I both. It was just pure dumb luck, and everything was gone in a flash. I've told the story before. I was over 100K in debt. I was probably approaching somewhere 120. 60K of that was credit card debt, and it all disappeared in 2 years. And how did I do it? By believing that it could be done. That's how it was done. So you go to work and you make that happen. Oh, hey, Joe, Buena Vista Dreamin' is here. So anyway, that's about all I got to say. No live stream tonight. I apologize, but look for the reschedule. Look for the reschedule. I don't think the electricity, I don't think the internet is going to come back. I just don't think it's coming back today. It may not even, it's that main power line that's going from Bye-Bye City to Masin. They have the hospitals up. They have downtown Bye-Bye City Hall and all the important things, the gas stations, so people can get gas. They powered them up. But we still don't have that main power line that goes from here to Masin. That thing is down and out, and they're asking the public's help in clearing the trees, the fallen trees against the power line, and they need notifications so they can find out and discover where the electricity is still down due to fallen trees and poles, telephone poles. We don't have power, no electricity, no internet. It's deader than a doornail. I can't get anything to work. I'm on, the avocado tree is naked. It'll come back. It'll come back, probably giving more fruit than ever, Mike. Yeah, it's terrible, but it's one of those things that you need an awful lot of patience. You need an awful lot of patience living here in the Philippines. And I don't have a whole lot of patience, but I have enough to live here. And so that is a good thing. But every once in a while, I reach the tipping point. You know, I go off. I start going off the edge, right? But I'm not there. I'm not there yet. Not on this deal here. This deal's nothing. This deal's nothing. I mean, throw some more at us. Throw some more. I mean, at me, not you. throw some more at me, you know? Not you guys. I wish everyone well. All right, everybody, that's about all I got to say. I've been on for too long. Take care. Be aware. Look at the updates when I post them for the giveaway live stream. We're talking about the Gcash giveaway canceled for tonight. But I'm banking that 1,500 pesos that I was going to give away tonight. And hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll be up and running, if not by Monday or Tuesday. I'm crossing my fingers. I'll see everybody on the next one. Bye-bye. Take care.